importantly, these tests would be covered with no copay. Please talk to your doctor to see which of these tests may be right for you. Don't be one of the thousands to die from a largely preventable disease, which is nearly always treatable if found early. The best test is the one you choose to use. There have never been more fully covered options. Take action. Get screened for colorectal cancer. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. For more information on virtual colonoscopy, visit radiologyinfo.org.
Just listen to the Doug Gottlieb Show right here.
That's on the Doug Gottlieb Show, Fox Sports Radio.
3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On Fox Sports Radio.
That's ridiculous.
It is the home. San Diego Sports, KLSD-AM and KGB-FM HD2, and now K277-DH, San Diego.
And welcome on into the nation's longest running and highest rated radio show on the concept of sports investing. This is Sports Investors Weekly, of course, sponsored by the good people over at freewinners.net. Visit them online, www.freewinners.
Keep in mind, Dana, the Department of Justice speaks in indictments. They don't write biographies. They don't write reports on people. They don't do Oppo research. They issue indictments. Mm-hmm. So if I were to ask Eric Holder or James Cole, why didn't you indict this person? They wouldn't answer the question.
President Trump is threatening to close large sections of the U.S.-Mexico border next week in response to what Homeland Security officials say is a complete breakdown of border security. President Trump says Mexico has to start stopping all the Central American caravans coming up through their country. This is USA Radio News.
There's no question you need omega-3s. But which form should you take? Fish oil or krill oil? Scientists have debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now. 1-800-399-6392. 1-800-399-6392. That's 1-800-399-6392.
It was confirmed late Friday that Linda McMahon, the head of the Small Business Administration, is stepping down. She's expected to rejoin the private sector and also help President Trump on his 2020 re-election campaign. A Republican from the East Bronx who says she's fed up with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she's going to run to try to unseat the Democratic Socialist in 2020. Ruth Papazian joins Fox News and says running Amazon out of New York was the last straw.
Just looking at the Amazon situation, she parachuted into a congressional district she doesn't even represent and led the parade of grandstanding politicians to tank the deal. Now, instead of fighting to keep Amazon out of Queens, she should have been fighting to bring Amazon to the Bronx. Warehousing is one of our major industries here, and Amazon needs warehouses. She could have been fighting to bring warehousing jobs to the Bronx.
You can check us out on Facebook at USA Radio. This is USA Radio News.
Mike Lindell, the creator of MyPillow, is a sleep genius. He creates things to make your night's sleep better. He created the new Giza Dreams bed sheets. He started by using the world's best cotton grown in the Mediterranean, and it's ultra soft, breathable, and extremely durable. Now, if you go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA. When you click on the Giza Dreams sheet special, you get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping when you go to MyPillow.com.
The average tax refund is $3 lower than it was a year ago. That's according to statistics released by the IRS. The average tax refund is right around $3,000, and the IRS has issued 59 million total refunds, which is down just under 2 million or 3% from last year. Paul Schwartz is a certified public accountant, and he explains why you want to keep that refund as low as you can.
My belief is that you really don't want to get big refunds. You want to make sure that your exemptions that you claim at work are just enough to cover you for your tax, but not to create a big refund. We feel that big refunds are basically allowing the government to hold on to your money. And when they pay you, they don't pay you a dime of interest. So we try to discourage people from getting big refunds. Unfortunately, sometimes people really count on that big refund, and I certainly try to educate my clients to not count on the big refund and have the money all year in their pockets and do the right things with it. But certainly you want to gather your receipts as best you can, and also make sure that you've done your best to contribute to a retirement plan, either an IRA, traditional IRA, Roth IRA, or perhaps your 401k plan at work. Those are really the best things that you can do at this point.
For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
And to that, we say a very happy Saturday morning. Hello there. Welcome, Garden America Nation. We are back for this Saturday, for this weekend. I'm Bryan Main. Let's see, my counterparts, of course, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, welcoming you to Facebook Live. Good to see you. That is Tiger. That is John. It is a great day. Hope it's a great day where you are. Weather here in San Diego clearing up after all the rain. It is definitely springtime, and hopefully where you are, I know Mother's Day back east, Midwest, it won't be long, and we'll help you. Part of our job is to help get you there safely and with a lot of patience, right, Tiger? Whoops, sorry. There we go.
And
sorry, first day on the job.
And today we're going to be talking about some new exciting plants from Proven Winners, which for all of us is a real popular perennial and annual company that's going to be getting people excited that are back east,
right,
and people that are on the West Coast excited about what to plant this season, because there's some fun new introductions and some good old introductions that you might consider for some of those containers in the sun or shade areas. So a lot of fun
and I want
stuff.
to thank John publicly on the air for setting me up with a nice hibiscus plant.
Yeah.
Which I will be, not to make anybody back east jealous if you're under snow, if you're under rain, water, whatever, but it is very nice out here in San Diego right now. Perfect weather to be planting, which I'll be doing, John, either today or tomorrow. A little Milorganite, little HB 101, and a couple of hibiscus plants.
Did you look at the name tags? Did they have name tags on there?
They just pulled out random hibiscus and sent them to him?
I have to check. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think so, yes.
Okay.
I opened it up this morning. It arrived last night, but I opened it up this morning. So
all right, well, the reason is if you go to...
Why do you ask?
Well, because if you go to exotic-hibiscus.com, that's where I bought the plants.
I did see that.
You can find out what they're going to look like in case you kill them before they bloom.
I think there was a... That's good. There was a picture on one of the tags.
Oh, the tags have pictures.
To tell you what the blossom's going to look like, right?
Okay, so they do have tags.
Right. But I thought you were asking, like, with a specific name.
Well, they don't have the name on the tag. It's not just going to be a picture.
I was enamored with the picture. I just saw the picture and thought, oh, this is great.
I tried to pick out colors that I thought were you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. John, this guy here, very generous guy.
Yeah.
The guy that I'm pointing to right there,
Isn't that
John
generous?
Bagnasco.
I took it out of Garden America funds.
So we're paying for it. That's okay.
We're paying for it.
Well, thank you, John.
Tiger's paying for it.
Okay, so here's the deal. You can ask your questions, your comments on Facebook Live. That's what we suggest you do. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com. Biz Talk Radio streaming around the world across the country. You can also call us, 855-424-9825.
You know, while we're talking about those hibiscus, the exotic hibiscus ships all over the country. So if you really want unusual hibiscus.
Anybody listening or watching?
Yeah, anybody that's listening, you can just go to their website and order. And the plants came in, you know, I haven't gotten plants from them for a long time, but they should have looked pretty good, right?
Very well shipped. Leaves were only one leaf fell off. They look very good. They were packaged properly. So yeah, nicely done. Thank you.
Did you see the posting on our Facebook feed about hibiscus? It was a meme.
No.
Facebook meme. It was a posting on our Facebook feed, and it's a meme of a hibiscus flower, and it's kind of simulating like this hibiscus flower just joined Facebook, and then it got all these friends requests, and it was aphids, mealybug, scale,
whitefly,
whitefly.
That's good. I like that. That's beautiful.
It was funny. Yeah.
These little bug friends, all the diseases and pests. So what else is going on, John? You basically, last few months, you haven't been very busy. Are things starting to heat up for you? He said sarcastically.
You know, I had to, if you go to the website, if you haven't ordered your vegetables yet, you'll see that there's, I think, 7 or 8 varieties of tomatoes we're out of for the year now.
We are out. GardenAmerica.com is out.
Sold out, yeah. So if you haven't ordered, get your order in quick.
And that's GardenAmerica.com, of course. Also, newsletter time. If you don't get the newsletter, go to GardenAmerica.com, top right-hand page. You can sign up for the newsletter. And besides all the benefits, we've got a contest coming up, Tiger, don't we?
Yeah, we have a raffle that's going to be happening that we're giving away a $500 gift pack, and it includes a veggie pod, some HB 101, some mineral organic fertilizer, some natural fertilizer. Yeah, last week we chatted about it.
Wow,
that's right. Oh, welcome back, John. John's catching up with last week.
But it's super easy because all you have to do is be a newsletter subscriber. That enters you for the raffle, and we'll be giving that away April 6th. So you better get to it and get cracking on that, because April 6th is our National California Poppy Day. Isn't
Something
that
else I didn't know.
Now, see, this is where I should have an audio drop of the Wicked Witch going, poppies, poppies. Every time I hear poppies, I hear poppies.
Those were not California poppies.
No, those were Emerald City poppies.
Was that Wizard of Oz?
Yes. When they were dancing and running when they saw the city, they were on their last trek and they could see it in the background, and then they fell asleep in the poppy field.
Oh.
No, the genus for poppy is Papaver, yeah. And the species of the opium poppy is somniferum. Or, somniferum, sleep. And that was the one that was outlawed for years in the U.S., but now I guess you can
buy
grow
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of poppy is it?
Papaver.
Opium poppy.
I know nothing about opium.
Papaver? You say papaver?
I say papaver.
Papaver?
Papaver somniferum.
Well, that would be like a guy answering a question. So what do you do for a living? I'm a papaver. If he was
that's all right.
Had a stutter and was a paver.
Anyway, 12 minutes after the hour. Questions, comments. Let's hit things right off the bat here. Facebook Live, John at GardenAmerica.com, or give us a call, 855-424-9825.
I got in our friend Cliff Orant that
haven't heard that name. He was the guy in the desert with the roses.
Yeah. He, I don't know if you remember the story, but a couple, I think it was at the beginning of February, members of the California Coastal Rose Society went out to his place in Cathedral City, and we helped him dig up roses.
Is that still going on? I thought you did that a couple of years ago.
We did.
But there's just more roses.
I don't think Cliff is listening, and I hope he's not offended if we talk about this. But we went out to help him because he had too many roses. He said he couldn't take care of them.
I remember very well.
So we dug up 100 roses, and this was 3 years ago.
Right.
And I might be exaggerating a little, but it seems like after we left, he thought, wow, look at all this space. And he bought 120 roses.
No way.
So now you're going to go back and dig more up.
Yes, but now he's come to his senses completely and realizes he just can't take care of them. So we dug up about 100. And he was nice enough to have someone deliver them to where my new location is.
He's a nice guy, John.
He's a really nice guy and very knowledgeable in the rose world, and he's probably done more bringing new rose varieties to the U.S. than one individual that I know of.
You know, you can't really blame him for what he did with all that new space and more roses.
Because I would have done the same thing.
That's my point. You'd have done the exact same thing. Oh, look at this. I have more room.
So my point is, I have to move all the roses from my existing house over to my new place, but I now have the 105 gallons from Cliff that we unloaded over at my new property. And then I got an email from Steve Singer at Wisconsin Roses, and he says, oh, the roses you ordered are ready for shipping next week. And I asked him if he could wait 2 weeks, and he said he would, but there's another 120 coming from there.
And then how many do you have?
I still have my 1,000 that I haven't moved yet. And then I have 100 coming from France. And I'm starting to think that I might be overwhelmed here.
I think you need to reach out to Altman's for some space.
Well, Altman's is holding 500 roses that we got from Greg Lowry at Vintage Gardens.
So then why don't you, in your new house, your new property, your new place, why don't you just set up a rose stand and sell roses?
Because he doesn't want to sell them. He just wants to keep them.
Yeah, but he's got so many. I mean, you've got enough. I mean, you wouldn't even notice.
Enough.
He wouldn't
There's
notice.
Never
I know.
enough,
I know.
Brian.
But each one's different, Brian.
I know. They're like kids.
Yeah,
I understand.
I don't know. I think his roses are a little bit more.
You know what? I'm one to talk though with very limited space, and you saw how I've got everything crammed in there.
Yeah.
I can't say no to a plant. I'm still digging them out of the trash bin. You know, we've got one of those big trash bins outside the door, you know, for the association. There's people tossing away living plants.
Well,
I know I'm dumpster diving is what I'm doing.
No, it's fine.
There's a rose, you know, now we're getting off into roses. I don't know how we always end up there. But I got an email from a guy in Portugal who has been, you know, he wanted the rose Mari Dot for the 100th anniversary of the Mari Dot rose. And we're working on getting him one of those. So hopefully.
I'm glad we have a good relationship with Portugal, John. Thank you for being the ambassador. We do appreciate that. It is break time. We're going to come back with a guest. But first, before that, we're going to have John's quote of the week. Tiger Palafox, Bryan Main, John Bagnasco. Off to a great start. Thank you for joining us. The Garden American Nation is with us here. 16 after the hour. We're going to step aside, take a break, pay some bills, and come right back.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heart. Heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
Attention! Moving soon and don't know who to turn to? If you are moving or planning to move long distance or across the country, Moving APT is offering up to a 20% discount for radio callers this month. Let us handle and remove all the pain and stress in a long distance move. Let Moving APT help you with your all-inclusive move, including packaging services, help with washers and dryers, mounted TVs, bed frames, and more. We can include packing and unpacking services or ask for boxes, tape, bubble wrap, or labels. We also disassemble and reassemble appliances and TVs at your new home. Moving is difficult and stressful, so call Moving APT today to find the most professional movers to support you. If you are looking for a low-cost quote to move long distance or across the country, call us now. Call 800-916-9057. 800-916-9057. Get a guaranteed quote with up to 20% off. 800-916-9057.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back having a good time, as you can tell, watching us on Facebook. We do appreciate it. Thank you to our ever-growing Facebook audience, Tiger.
Yeah.
Biz Talk Radio, John at gardenamerica.com. It is 21 minutes after the hour. Our guest is standing by. But first of all, we have to get to John's quote of not just the day, but the week.
And the quote, Bryan, is, "But in the long run, when you've abided by some rules, and quite rightly broken others, you will have learned the greatest lesson of all. Love makes things grow the greatest." And that was from Beverly Nichols.
It's true.
Now, for those that don't know, Beverly Nichols was a man, right, John?
He was. What a man.
And what a man. Hey, now quickly, I read you that question about the I think
gopher cages.
And the reason I want to answer it right now is because he doesn't get the second hour of the show.
Oh, okay.
So he was asking about gophers, and then we'll get to our guest.
Okay, so gopher cages was something we've addressed a number of times, and basically they're these wire baskets. Now there is a brand out there called Digger something, and they actually create a gopher cage specifically designed for 1 gallon, 5 gallon, 15 gallon shrubs that you can buy, and you can dig the hole, put the cage in there. They do say that the chicken wire that you purchase from a hardware store has a hole that's a little too big. So the gopher cage that you buy, the brand, makes the hole a little smaller. But you can buy chicken wire and offset it so it does close up that hole a little bit.
Okay.
And it should work. The other thing that's critical when you create a gopher cage for a plant is you don't just bury the whole cage. On the Digger ones, they actually paint the top few inches to show you need to leave this exposed, because a gopher will come out of the ground, go up, and then into the cage if it's at soil level. But if it has that little fence, so to speak, around it, it will come up, hit the fence, and then won't go. And it just protects your core root system of the plant. They will nibble on the exterior roots that go through the cage, but for the most part, you'll never lose a plant because you have it caged.
Okay, Gordon and Chico, hope that answers your question. Any other questions, you can hit us on Facebook or send John an email. That's John at gardenamerica.com. Our guest is ready, Tiger, on this Saturday morning at 23 minutes after the hour.
So we're getting started off with spring here, and so we thought, why not have one of the foremost experts on spring plants come on the show with us. So this morning we have Janine Standard with Proven Winners Plants. For those of you that don't know Proven Winners Plants, I don't know where you've been stuck for a long time.
Well, they've been proven to be winners.
Exactly. And, they are a leading plant distributor of really fun, exciting perennials, annuals, a full slew between flowers and grasses, shade plants, sun plants. But we're going to be talking some sun to part shade container plants with her this morning. Janine, good morning.
Good morning, Tiger. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, really excited. I mean, for us here in California, spring is, starting, and people
we're
are
planning.
Yeah, people are getting to the garden centers and they're starting to set up their gardens. I know for the people back east, they have a bit more time, but it's a great time to know what's coming out and to start to plan what you're going to be doing. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are listening at the edge of their seat to see what you guys are planning for this spring for us.
Well, that's good to hear. And let me just tell you, people here in the Midwest and back east are very jealous of you folks in California that you are able to get your hands in the dirt already. So,
so when we talked before, I had mentioned that let's talk some container plants, and you had said, well, let's plan on some areas, and I had said full sun initially. Do you have a few plants that you want to throw out there right away to kind of suggest to people coming up for this 2019 spring?
Well, I kind of put together a list of old and new because our older plants are a little easier to find. People are a little more familiar with them. So, but I will start out with a new one that's really pretty fun. It's in our Super Bells line, which are Calabricoa. And if you're at all familiar with that line, we had a plant about 3 years ago come to the line called Holy Moly, and it was a yellow and pink blotched bloom. So we've added to that line. This year now we have Holy Cow and Holy Smokes. And these are just fun blooms. You want to keep them up close on a tabletop in a container next to your favorite chair because they're just pretty to look at. It's a perfect mono container plant. It can really just be beautiful all on its own. So Holy Smokes has purple in with yellow, and then Holy Cow is similar to Holy Moly, but a darker magenta in with the pale yellow bloom. So that's pretty fun. Anyone looking for a tried and true plant would want to turn maybe to a dwarf morning glory of ours called Blue My Mind. If you're familiar with that, you might have that out in California. This is an actual, so we all know that blue is a hard color in the horticultural world. But Blue My Mind is actually a true bloom, beautiful. And truly, this plant, the hotter it gets, the better it performs. It's just a sweet little blooming plant. And I mean, if we were to recommend anything for the deep south to make it all the way through summer, Blue My Mind would be one for them to consider.
Now, you described this as was it a dwarf morning glory? Is that?
It is.
Okay, so what
it's
kind
also,
of?
And it loves the heat, right?
What kind of?
It loves the heat.
Compact, because I know that the convolvulus, the standard one, it can trail 3-4 feet kind of a thing. What are we looking at with this one?
This is a lot more contained than that. This is probably going to be a 12 to 18 inch spread, and it's a little more of a mounding plant. It's not a true trailing, so it's going to be in between an upright and a trailing plant. Just fills a pot, branches out. The branches are strong enough to hold their own weight as they grow in the container. It's also something you put in the landscape. We've put things in the landscape. Container gardening is really close to my heart because I just think that if you have a patio or a deck, it's the perfect place to really go heavy with your colorful containers. So I like that in a container. It'd be pretty with a little touch of white too. If somebody wanted to mix that in with a scabola or something else.
Awesome. Oh, that sounds fun.
Sounds really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's been in our line a long time, easy to find. So Janine, now we're hinting at some different plants for people to be able to use in containers. When they're planting these in containers, is there any tips that you have? I mean, these are all full sun things, and I understand we're talking about a few different areas. Obviously, you just mentioned, some East Coast, but we're also talking West Coast. And I know convolvulus is very hardy, but then Calabricoa will wilt real quick out in the full sun for us if you don't water it almost, every day or every other day. But you had mentioned you could put combinations together. Is there any tips that you have for people planting them? Well, when you're going to start your container gardening, we always recommend, a lot of people ask us on our feedback site and Facebook if they can just use the same dirt as last year. We always recommend you start with fresh potting soil, and to not depend upon the potting soils that say they have plant food already mixed in that's going to last 6 months. That's really not how much food your plants need. They need more than that. So potting soil, mix in some slow dissolving plant food. Start with the fresh soil, and then you're good to go. And then as the season goes on, you can add in, for the plants that are heavy feeders, like super bells.
Hey, we've got to take a break. Hold that thought. Don't mean to cut you off, but we have to do some commercials. Stay right there. Garden America coming right back on your Saturday morning. Do stay with us.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit. Again, call 800-557-6095.
Starting a business can be tough, but getting the word out about your business through a great website can be even tougher. That's why you need SpotOnWebsite.com. At SpotOnWebsite.com, you can register your company's domain name and even build your website overnight. It's fast, easy, and most of all, it's sure to fit your budget. SpotOnWebsite.com has a wide range of internet products and solutions to make the most of your website, even on a small business budget. Log on today and see for yourself at SpotOnWebsite.com.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
My mom's a breast cancer survivor. The United Breast Cancer Foundation saved her life. Their free breast cancer exam caught the cancer early, and it saved her life. But now the foundation needs your help so they can continue offering free or low-cost breast screening exams, saving more women's lives. Help them by donating your car, whether it's running or not. They'll provide fast, free 24-hour pickup, and you receive a charitable tax deduction, plus the great feeling you'll get knowing your donated car is going to help save more lives. Just call 800-295-4183 to set the wheels in motion. They take cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, running or not. Call 800-295-4183. The United Breast Cancer Foundation needs your help, and your donation could literally save women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early, like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-295-4183. 800-295-4183.
National Funding Group has just released 100 in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? and you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855.
Here, Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and of course, Tiger Palafox, 855-424-9825. Want to give us a call? You can also email us at john@gardenamerica.com, or as most people do who watch Facebook, right there on Facebook Live as we continue. A lot of great information. Janine Standard.
Yeah, so before the break, we were talking with Janine Standard. Was mentioning on some tips on growing some of the plants in containers, and she had mentioned using new, and she was just talking about fertilizing them.
It already has the
fertilizer in
right.
it, or don't rely on it,
right?
Because you're still going to have to fertilize it later on down
Sure.
the road. And I think that's where you had left off, right, Janine?
Right. The plant food's going to help the plant be stronger. Not only is it going to increase the number of blooms and the quality of the blooms, it's also going to help the root system of the plant, and that's going to help the plant stand up in those hot afternoons, Tiger. If you're planting something like super bells in extreme heat, you might want to have it where it's also going to get a little afternoon shade. So that's where the parts opportunity comes in. But again, that plant up in Minnesota would be fine with full sun. So all depends upon where you're at. But we just cannot preach enough about plant food and the need to really support your plants if possible.
And I don't want to go off topic too much, but I do want to mention to our listeners that, when people go to a garden center and they find these plants, especially when it comes to these hanging baskets, and they're filled with these beautiful caliber, and they're in full bloom, that you have to understand that the grower grew that usually in some kind of, hot house or shade house, with ideal environments, and they fertilized it to look like that. And then you bring it home, you still have to give it that fertilizer, that care, in order to get it to keep continuing to do that. Because they are in containers and they don't have the ability to reach into natural resources of these nutrients in soil. So you have to supplement it. And so, like you mentioned, Janine, you can't preach enough about some good fertilizer to keep these plants going. Let's get back onto some of the plants that you wanted to talk about today. We had mentioned, some of the Calibricos. You had mentioned the one convolvulus. What other plants do you got for us?
Well, one of the trends that we don't see going away is the desire for gardeners to have their backyard do a little more. They don't want it to just be pretty. They want it to nurture wildlife. So we have constantly been increasing the number of pollinator plants in our line. So now we have the Rockin' Fuchsia series. This year, new to that line is Rocking Fuchsia, which is just an amazing bloom. These salvias are the first plant the hummingbirds in my backyard will go to. It's a prolific bloomer. They're big plants, 3 feet in height. So it's a plant that you want to give a lot of room to in a container, large container, just one plant is all you're going to need. And there's 2 other colors in that line. One is plain the blues and the other is deep purple. But new this year is Rockin' Fuchsia salvia. So hummingbirds absolutely go to that one. Vermillionaire Kufia is one that's been in our line for a while as well. Small, tubular, red-orange blooms, super easy to grow, and just the perfect bloom for hummingbirds. And you see the bees and butterflies, swarming on those as well too. So
I just installed that Kufia, Janine, in someone's yard in Point Loma this past week. And it's just gonna they're having a party coming up soon, and they were really excited to just have this really good pop of color. And as you had mentioned, it's amazing to see the hummingbirds go after it. So it's a really fun, good looking plant.
It is. It's just nature at its finest. If you happen to be sitting there, I think even in the fall, I just kind of go still to watch. I think it's Mother Nature at its finest. So I would be amiss if I didn't mention our vast line of Supertunia plants. It's ever growing with bicolors and double blooms and just a vast array. I'll have to tell you my favorite is Supertunia honey. And it is a plant, the blooms actually change color depending upon the night temperatures. So on a really hot part of the day, it'll be a kind of a pale honey color. But if you have cool nights in the spring or else in the fall, you might turn around, look at your window box, and a flush of pink has come into those blooms, where almost every bloom in the plant has a different gradation of either a yellow or a pink tone. Really fun.
Hey,
so if I had to pick out one, I would go with that.
Now, let me ask you that, because that's becoming a real popular trend with these kind of color changing plants. Does it matter when the bud was set as far as those colors, or is it just depending, on the temperatures? Like, meaning, like, if it's a fully developed flower already, does it still change colors, or does it have to be like one of those things that's when it was in bud, it was cold, but now it's opened up and it's that color? Do you know? I thought that was kind of neat.
No, I mean, I've had the experience of seeing it myself, and you will see it has a cascading habit, and I will put it in a window box. So you will see the pink more to the bottom of the trailing portion of the plant. And honey is a great name for it, because it really is that unusual bloom color. It's a rich yellow, very rich with some oranges in it. So we don't promote it as a color changing plant, because it's temperature dependent, but it is just a personal favorite of mine. So
that's neat.
Yeah, it is. If you're looking for something fun for shade, and if you think back on the old polka dot plants that you can buy at a garden center, only get about 2 inches tall and good in a house plant container. We have brought in now, we have 4 hypoestes in what we call our hippo line. And that is a foliage only plant, 4 colors. But if you're looking for a plant that's going to go sun or shade, that is perfect. And then you can bring it inside, pop it in the house, and it'll make it through the winter, and then trim it back and put it back outside. So it's definitely a much larger plant than you might be used to with the polka dot plants. This one can get up to 2 feet in height. So you could, if you're looking for color under a tree, a lot of people, what can I plant under a tree? Well, something like a maple, you guys know, that tree is going to take all the energy, all the water out of the ground and not leave anything for ground cover or flowering plants. So we recommend putting big pots of colorful plants under trees like that. So if you took one of our color blaze coleus, we have quite a few new in the line this year with that. That is a plant that will also go full sun to full shade. And you add a hippo to that, it's a really nice burst of color, no blooms, just depending on that foliage to brighten up that shady spot under the trees. So that's a fun thing to do with those plants, and new plants in both of those lines, the hippo, hypoestes, and then the color blaze coleus.
That's a great idea, because
Bryan only has a patio, so he'd have to use a pygmy hippo.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, not a full-size hippo. But I mean, that's a great idea, because a lot of people have that problem where they have this really dark shaded soil area because there's a tree, and they always plant under it. It could be a pine, could be a maple, whatever, and it's always dropping things on it and nothing grows. But if you do containers, and sometimes you get real bright colored containers that stand out, and you can do combinations in there. And like you said, the coleus, hypoesty, the impatiens. A lot of plants will do
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's a great idea.
And it's good for new gardeners too. The plants. We also have a begonia in our line, Surefire begonia, that will also go sun or shade, and that's perfect for first-time gardeners. They don't have to worry about where they put it. It's going to grow wherever they put that pot of color, or wherever they plant that begonia or that color blaze coleus in the ground. It's going to grow wherever they put it. They don't have to study the amount of sunlight to make sure it's getting 4 to 6 hours of sun in that special spot in their backyard. So we like it for that. We want to make gardening easy and encourage people to try to grow whatever they'd like to grow.
Early success for a new gardener is so important, because otherwise people tend to get frustrated. They try something and I just can't do this. And here's an example of something that will make you successful for the most part right off the bat.
Hey, and then
that's
Janine,
what we're trying for. Yeah.
We just have a few minutes left, but I wanted to, make sure people get the information, because, Proven Winners' website, number one, it has all these plants listed with the care instructions and the little things that you need to know about it. But you guys also have some great planograms as far as, combinations, and you have those pictures of these plants. So, what is the website, and where do you recommend people go from, or where do you recommend people go to for that on the website?
Provenwinners.com. It's that easy. And up in the top search bar, you're going to have some different learn, and if you're looking for retailers in your area, we have a find a retailer tab. But just hover at those buttons up at the top, and you're going to see a container guide search, and there you can search by color, type of hanging basket.
Janine, we're gonna take a quick break and come back and wrap this up to make sure people get all the information. Stay with us. We'll take a break, come back, and be with us.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires nutrients and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
Do you have a car, truck, van, or SUV you're not using? You can donate your unwanted vehicle to Patriotic Hearts to help our veterans, and you'll get a tax deduction for your donation. In today's troubled world, our USA Armed Forces stand ready to protect you, your family, and our American way of life. When veterans return to civilian life, they deserve your recognition and support. You can help put vets to work by donating your car, truck, van, or SUV to Patriotic Hearts. Your donation will directly support programs to help vets find jobs or even start their own business. Donate today for fast, free pickup of your vehicle running or not, operators are standing by to answer questions about making a tax-deductible vehicle donation. Call 800-330-2462 for 24-hour response. Again, 800-330-2462. 800-330-2462.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are, and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039 and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Facebook viewers, those listening here in San Diego on AM 1240, and, of course, streaming around the world across the country on Biz Talk Radio. Great interview. Tiger, going to wrap things up. A few more last-minute words.
Yeah, just want to remind everybody we're talking with Janine Stander with Proven Winners Plants, and we were just chatting about the Proven Winners website, and I did put it on our Facebook feed, provenwinners.com, and, you know, there's great planograms for planting. There's great information on the plants that they have, videos, all kinds of fun stuff. Janine, what else do you guys have on there that people need to look for?
Be perfect for this time of year for your listeners is to go to the front page of our website, scroll down, and they can request a free idea book in the mail. It's a 36-page brochure. We do a new one every year, and we call it an idea book because each page or each spread of 2 pages is focusing on something gardeners might want to try differently in their garden. They might want to plant a mailbox garden. They might want to mix vegetables in with flowering plants. So that would be a great thing for everyone to do to kick off the spring season, you know, because not all of us are in California.
Yeah.
So we're still, you know, in the cold weather and planning our garden mode back this way. So the idea book is one thing. And the website is rich with information. I recommend people poke around. We have a new feature on there. There's a little heart in the upper right corner. It says My List. And if anyone is familiar with Pinterest, it's a very Pinterest user-friendly app on our website. So they can create idea boards right there on our website, save their favorite plants to that. They can label it front yard and note all the plants that they've planted in their front yard. So that is a new feature of our website. We encourage everyone to try that out.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us this weekend. Lots of good info, lots of good plant suggestions as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure all of our listeners are looking forward to this planting season. Thanks, Janine. Have a good day.
No, thanks. You too, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and she did bring up a couple of times how, yes, you people out there in California, you're ready to plant, you're doing all these things. The rest of us still in our planting stages because it's still very cold. So if it doesn't apply to you now, it should a couple of months from now.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny, John? I saw there, and I can't remember what it was on the website. I think it was annual. It might have been perennial. The lemon sedum. Have you seen that?
Like...
it's a sedum, the little succulent sedum, but it's lemon coral or something like that, and it's just this low, tough-growing sedum that they have. And
like sedum angelina?
Yeah,
Similar to that?
Yeah, similar to that. And we've been, selling it for years, and it is a hot item to sell. But I found it interesting that it was their plant of the year, because I don't know if it would. I mean, is it just one of those short-lived things on the East Coast? Like if they had it, like could you even plant that?
Well, there are hardy sedums.
Do we have somebody online? I think, did somebody call in? I guess not. Okay. I heard some noise background. Okay, go ahead, John. Sorry. Just want to make sure we weren't ignoring anybody. That's all.
Well, I was going to say there are hardy sedums that live through the winter, in areas like Michigan and the Midwest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, I wanted to show you a picture because I was talking to you during the break that 30 years ago I planted a Xanthoria presei, which is an Australian grass tree.
Don't those bloom every 30 years?
It's finally blooming the first time. And I was going to show you a picture. Can you see? Is that cool?
It's beautiful.
Can you describe that?
Yeah. I don't think you could hold that up to the camera very easily. But let's see how good you are at describing.
Well, if you Google Australian grass tree, you can see what the blooms will look like, or put Australian grass tree blooms.
But they don't bloom for 30 years once you plant from seed.
Right? Well, yeah. You know what's funny is the seeds germinate within a week. I mean, they're just like grass.
Right.
And then they stop.
Right.
They just sit there. So, but the bloom itself reminds me of, do you remember punk?
Punk rock?
No, punk for mosquito chasers.
Vaguely, yeah.
A punk looked like a sparkler.
Oh, okay.
Except they were brown, and you'd light the tip of them, and they would smoke, and supposedly
keep away mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Whether that was not,
like a natural way instead of like pesticide.
Yeah. Well, that's what we did, way back when. But whether they worked or not, I don't know. They were just fun as kids to have something like that. Anyway, it looks like one of the bloom looks like one of those on steroids.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 feet long, anywhere from 3 to 6 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
Just very, very cool. And I'm really glad that it's blooming because I have it planted in the ground, and I'm, have to be out of my house first week in May. And at least, after 30 years, I got to see it bloom.
Beautiful.
So that was really cool.
Do you happen to have your email open? I want to make sure we answer this question that somebody sent us via, actually, they called our studio coordinator, our producer, and left word with this question.
Oh, yeah, it was Bob from San Diego. And
yes.
He said he has a Eureka lemon, and it has Alstroemeria growing at the bottom, and he wants to know if it'll hurt the lemon tree. Depends, I guess, whether it's in a container or whether it's in the ground. If it's in the ground, I don't think there's any problem.
Yeah.
But in a container, the Alstroemeria roots are really thick and fleshy, and they could use up a lot of the soil space and nutrients.
They reproduce.
They would
crazy.
It would
that's what I'm saying. I'm almost more concerned about it just completely filling up the container and leaving nothing else for that lemon.
Yeah.
So
So if it was in a container, pull it out.
Yeah.
In the ground, it'll probably be okay. It doesn't hurt to move it.
Yeah.
You can dig them out and move them.
Yeah, I don't think it would hurt it. I mean, sometimes the lemons at the base of them get susceptible, with a lot of debris or buildup, kind of to some rot or, watching out for that. But, Alstroemerias usually aren't that aggressive that they'll destroy it that way. But it'd be more like a nutrient pulling away or water pulling away thing.
Everybody wants to grow Alstroemeria, but once you've got them, they're like a weed.
They don't come.
They come up from seed everywhere.
Yeah.
Even the little miniature one.
Right. It's supposed to be
like the
compact.
Princess series.
Mhm.
Yeah, mine is compact. That's what, maybe 6 inches tall at the most, but they come up everywhere.
Why would you grow a 6-inch tall Alstroemeria?
I know, because you want them for cutting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, that's going to do it for hour number one. Those of you listening here in San Diego on AM 1240, you will not get the second hour, but you can tune in right here to Facebook or Biz Talk Radio as they stream around the world, across the country, wherever you are. John at GardenAmerica.com. Questions and comments also as we return 6 minutes after on Facebook. Facebook Live, questions, comments, get them ready. I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. We're back at 6 minutes after.
Listen on the go. Download the Biz Talk Radio app. Available on iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. Biz Talk Radio. The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home.
USA Radio News with Rick Vincent.
Calling U.S. immigration policy pathetic, President Donald Trump told reporters at his Florida resort he may just go ahead and close the border with Mexico this coming week.
It's very easy for them to stop people from coming up, and they don't choose to do it. Well, we're not going to give them hundreds of billions of dollars and tell them that they're not going to use their strong immigration laws to help the United States. So there's a very good likelihood that I'll be closing the border next week, and that'll be just fine with me.
The president says they're running out of detention space, and the illegal immigrants just keep coming in record numbers. He says if he closes the border, it could remain that way for some time. Also, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen has requested Congress for legislation that would allow her department to deport Central American unaccompanied minors quickly and detain families longer. She's facing pushback from House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Benny Thompson, a Democrat. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Ask yourself, if you built a van for your business, where would you start? At the beginning, of course, with the people who invented the work van over 100 years ago, Mercedes-Benz. You'd give your new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter advanced technology and safety to keep you connected and protected. You'd make it available in diesel and gas. And there would be thousands of configurations and upfits to choose from. Because your one-of-a-kind business deserves nothing less than a van that's built for you. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. The safest, most innovative Sprinter yet. Starting at just $33,790. Built for you, the all-new Sprinter. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
MSRP excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep fee. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. See dealer for details about costs and terms. Equipment described as optional.
Cell phone video went viral recently detailing an exchange between an activist and ICE agents. Activist Bryan McCormick tells NBC his organization trains community members to know what to do when faced with ICE agents.
Our organization facilitates trainings for community members and allies. It essentially gives you the knowledge of what your rights are, and so I knew that I did not have to open the door to my vehicle nor to my house without a judicial warrant as mandated by the Constitution. I think this is very important because we do have rights, and those rights have power.
Tens of thousands of Palestinians gathered today at rallying points near the Israeli border to mark the first anniversary of weekly protests in the Gaza Strip. Israeli troops fired tear gas and opened fire at small crowds of activists who approached the border fence. At least one Palestinian was killed. 13 protesters were reportedly wounded by live fire. Pope Francis was met by Moroccan King Mohammed VI when he landed today in the North African nation. He's there to strengthen ties between Christians and Muslims. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Allen Root, the Conservative Warrior. My show War Now airs every day right here on USA Radio from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm also the star of the Wayne Allen Root Show on Newsmax TV, reaching over 50 million homes. But my favorite role is Speaker Extraordinaire. I was opening speaker at many Donald Trump for President events. I speak at Republican, Conservative, and college GOP events, and I'm available to be the star at your next event. Contact me to arrange for a Wayne Root keynote speech. Call toll-free 888-444-ROOT. That's 888-444-ROOT. Or email wayneroot@gmail.com.
A bill in Georgia further restricting abortions is one step closer to becoming a law. USA's Tim Berg has more.
A heartbeat bill in Georgia heads to the desk of Governor Bryan who has said he will sign the law. House Bill 481 would ban most abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, which is around 6 weeks. And regarding that heartbeat, Executive Director of the Georgia Life Alliance, Josh Edmonds, tells CNN.
And the science says that between 6 and 8 weeks, the chances of a miscarriage when the heartbeat is detectable goes down significantly. The chances of carrying your pregnancy successfully to term are about 98% successful between 6 and 8 weeks when there's a detectable heartbeat.
The governor has vowed to sign the bill. The legislation makes exceptions in the case of rape and incest, but only when the woman files a police report first. In this week's Democratic address, Senator Tina Smith talks about the need for Congress to tackle climate change.
Unfortunately, too many Republicans in Washington right now, and particularly our current president, refuse to accept these facts. We can't respond to this crisis until both parties acknowledge that we have a crisis. So recently, Democrats asked for a bipartisan special committee on the climate. When Republicans refused, we forged ahead by appointing 10 Democratic members to Senate Democrats' Special Committee on Climate Change. And I'm very happy to be one of the senators.
This past week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said climate change is a pillar of House Democrats' legislative agenda in the new Congress. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
That is right, streaming live on Biz Talk Radio. I want to thank all the good folks keeping us on the air. Back with Bryan Main, hour number 2, 6 minutes after. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco at 855-424-9825. Want to give us a call. Best bet, Facebook Live, questions, comments. You can even interact with each other there. John at GardenAmerica.com, Facebook Live, 855-424-9825. Hey, guys, hour number 2.
I saw our good friend Steve Goto joined us on Facebook. And
hey, Steve.
The tomato expert. And, we should get hold of Steve and have him come on.
I think that's a good idea.
It's been a long time since we've had Steve as a guest and find out what's new in the tomato vegetable world.
And we were just talking, our podcast today is going to be about tomatoes.
Right after the show today. We're going to stream that on Facebook Live again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the podcast coming up after the show. Today's topic, tomatoes. We'll delve into that. And I'm sure once we do get Steve back on the air with us, he'll have a few things to say about that, whether we were on the right track or not. So uploading that podcast on Monday. You can download the iHeartRadio app to hear everything that iHeart has to offer. And, of course, that would include Garden America. If you get the newsletter, as many of you know, John puts a link which takes you right to our podcast page to subscribe to the newsletter so you can be in contention for that raffle, $500. Go to gardenamerica.com, top right-hand side of the page. Just click that, and you can subscribe to our newsletter.
So it's just anybody who subscribes.
Anybody.
Yep. What if you're already subscribed?
You're in the drawing.
You are automatically entered into that drawing.
Wow.
And how do we do it? Volume.
Never heard that before.
No, not since last week or so.
Hey, did you see my posting on the veggie pod update?
I did see.
You're going to plant that next week.
You know what? You're a madman out there with that veggie pod.
Yeah, it's going good.
What is the best thing you like about it? And there's a lot of things to like.
Yeah. So number one is that for me is that it's enclosed.
Right.
Because I have critters and it's kept out all the critters, which is really an exciting thing. And then number two, because it's enclosed, it keeps it damp.
It's kind of its own little microclimate in there.
Exactly. And so I water that once a week, which I don't need to water a lot right now because there's these seedlings.
Yeah.
But and they're in pots in there. But once I put them in the ground, you're right. I will probably be watering even less than that because it stays nice and damp with the soil in the pot itself.
When I had it, I would go out once or twice a week and I better water this, and I open up the top, and no, it's still very damp, very moist.
And the plants are doing great.
And the plants are doing great. So Veggie Pod is part of that prize. If you are a subscriber to our newsletter, we've got all kinds of things in there. But that Veggie Pod, now there's 3 sizes. Is it the small one?
No, it's the medium one.
The medium one, which is what you and I...
which is what we had in studio here, and which is what I'm using. So if you if you go to Facebook, you see the Veggie Pod, that's the one.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So subscribe to the newsletter to be eligible for that giveaway, that raffle, which is about $500. We got the Veggie Pod. We're going to throw in some Milorganite, kind of a little prize pack.
Yeah, and John, you're excluded, by the way.
Yeah, you are void prohibited.
He's over there. He's over there putting in 20 email addresses to be able to stack his chips there.
I have some email addresses that you guys don't know about.
Exactly.
I bet you do. Let me ask you this. Do you have any questions, John at gardenamerica.com?
I have. There's some interesting comments on Facebook. And Rick, who moved from Monrovia up to Grants Pass, Oregon.
Rick says the weather's now changing. He's happy.
He made a comment that, I used to live in Michigan, and living in California, you don't notice the change of seasons quite as much. But Rick says, he says, spring's finally here, and it's amazing how in just a few days, everything changes. The leaves are full of, or the trees are full of leaves, and there's flowers everywhere. And I remember that, being in Michigan, it was just like you snapped your fingers, and all of a sudden, things were growing.
Very angelic. Oh, you wake up in the morning and everything's blooming.
Just about.
It's like a Disney cartoon.
Yeah, just about.
In gardening is funny in that way because people will come into the garden center and ask about a tree or a shrub, and they look at it, and it's 2 or 3 feet tall, or maybe it's a tree and it's 6 feet tall, and they have this goal that it's going to be 20 feet tall and providing shade for their house and all of that, and it's completely reasonable. But I go, oh, you're looking at about maybe 8 years, 10 years, give them those numbers, and they're like, oh, it's too long.
No,
too long.
I have to have it right now.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, it's not going to happen. I mean, unless you go and spend $8,000 on moving a tree, kind of a thing. But it's amazing. It is one of those things that I go, what's going to happen is you're going to plant it. And for the first year, you're going to walk out there every day and you're going to be like, it's not growing. It's not growing. But then you're going to forget about it. And then another year will go by and it's going to grow so much. And then every year after that, you're going to be like so astonished by how quickly these plants do grow.
The 8 years goes by quickly.
And next thing you know, you're out there and this tree is massive or the shrub is just, fully developed. And you're like, that was so quick. I don't know. Like,
John waited 30 years
for that bloom. Exactly.
I mean, come on.
And then next thing you know, you're calling Green Gorilla to come prune
to come and chop it down.
Prune your trees. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, John had a little plug there. Green Gorilla. Right?
Yeah.
A little plug,
That's my son's tree trimming business.
Absolutely. No reason why we can't give them a shout out and a mention.
Yeah.
And they work together, right, John? Your sons on that with that company?
They work together. They do a lot of work with Tiger.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. They do great work.
Oh, by the way, I sent an email to the board, the HOA board, about that ficus tree, reminding them of the potential hazard of the root system. Twice now. Oh, we were going to have a meeting, but not enough people showed up to the meeting, so we're going to table that till. And I said, well, okay. I said, well, because
2034.
The roots aren't going to wait for you. So, and I almost said, if you don't want to do it, I'll arrange to have it done.
I thought you were the one who planted that.
Well,
shh, don't tell him.
It's been there. I'm trying to remember.
He's the one that put it there, but shh.
I think in 2008 in a plastic pot. But see, it's on the HOA property. It's under the stairwell.
You planted it, but you put it on their property,
no,
so now it's their fault.
Well, not their fault, their responsibility.
Oh, I see.
So, but I did tell them, I said, look, if you don't want to, because they like it. Everybody in the area likes it. We don't want it. It's beautiful. It's probably 20 feet. And I said, yeah, I know it looks nice, but the potential for damage is there. Sidewalk, and it may not, because, there was a huge eucalyptus tree right outside our door when we moved in, but it lifted up some of the sidewalk.
Right.
So that's ongoing. We'll get, but I told him, I said, I'll get it out for you. Oh, no, hold on. Let's not be rash.
You know about Angkor Wat?
Angkor Wat?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
The Angkor Wat,
Angkor Wat.
Yeah. Is it Angkor or Angkor? Anyway.
It's a Wat.
Well, it's the ruins that they found in Asia that had been completely covered.
For thousands of years?
Well, for hundreds of years anyway.
And there's live ficus trees growing.
Well, that's what covered them.
Yeah.
I mean, the roots just grew into the buildings and completely covered them. So.
Yeah, so that's a good story. I should bring that up. And they look at me like, what? Angkor what? What are you talking about?
I was in Balboa Park last week, and it's a local big public park here in San Diego, and they have a lot of trees that are hundreds of years old there as well, because, I mean, the park itself is 100 years old. So let's say 100-year-old trees, because they planted them with the park. And if you go down to this area called the Butterfly Garden, they have these giant ficus trees. And I don't know which ones they are off the top of my head, but they're up on a second level, but the roots cascade down a wall like a waterfall down into the lower levels and then keep going. And it's just so amazing to see what they've done for themselves over the years to stay where they are. And these are literally growing on the side of a hillside, and they're massive trees that, should fall over. But
they didn't plan that. That's just what happened, do you think, over the years?
Oh, definitely. I mean, John, what do you think? 100 years ago, plant hunters brought a ficus tree back. They had some big event there, so they planted these trees thinking they were just going to be wonderful for the event. It wasn't supposed to be permanent.
They had it was a World's Fair.
Right. Balboa Park was never meant to be permanent.
Right.
It was just a temporary World's Fair place, right?
1910 or 16 or something like that.
That was the Pan American Exposition.
Yes.
Pan American.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I was just a little kid back then.
Right. when they connected the Panama Canal there. Yeah. They did not mean for them to be there that whole time, right?
Growing the way they are. No, it was all temporary. But when you look at those buildings, for those that have never been to San Diego, if you have, you've probably heard of Balboa Park. But if you haven't, look at those buildings and the intricate architecture.
Yeah.
Of you don't see that anymore.
No.
It's definitely a sign of the times. And I think it was it 1916? It was early 1900s. I believe, when they had the fair or the exposition.
Yeah, 1910, 1912, something like that, yeah.
Hey, that's Mission Hills Nursery since 1910.
Yeah, 1910. We were right there. Kate Sessions, that's
wow.
why.
I think John was there for the grand opening.
That's where the plants came from.
Okay, break time once again. Questions, comments, couple of ways to do this. John@gardenamerica.com. Better still, we'll get to you right away. Facebook Live. You can also interact with each other. And again, 855-424-9825, 6 the hour. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. Garden America Nation, I'm Bryan Main. We're going to take a break and come right back on your Saturday morning. Happy weekend to you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Attention! Are you moving soon and don't know who to turn to? If you are moving or planning to move long distance or across the country, Moving APT is offering up to a 20% discount for radio callers this month. Let us handle and remove all the pain and stress in a long distance move. Let Moving APT help you with your all-inclusive move, including packaging services, help with washers and dryers, mounted TVs, bed frames, and more. We can include packing and unpacking services or ask for boxes, tape, bubble wrap, or labels. We also disassemble and reassemble appliances and TVs at your new home. Moving is difficult and stressful, so call Moving APT today to find the most professional movers to support you. If you are looking for a low-cost quote to move long distance or across the country, call us now. Call 800-916-9057. 800-916-9057. Get a guaranteed quote with up to 20% off. 800-916-9057.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Thank you for being with us. We are back. It is Garden America. Actually, we didn't go anywhere. We were here. The commercials were playing. We were here. But, in radio, they always say, hey, we're back. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
thank you to
they
our...
went running down the hall or
Exactly. Facebook viewers, we love you. Those streaming on Biz Talk Radio, love you too. It's an I Love You Saturday. That's what this is. love you, man. Love you, man, Saturday.
Hey, it's April Fool's on
tomorrow.
Monday.
Or Monday, you're right.
You got any big plans?
You know what? I'm not a real big April Fool's guy.
Yeah.
I tend, though, to forget that it's April Fool's Day, and I get suckered.
You get suckered into a couple ones. I'm sure in an office environment.
Oh, yeah.
You have those people that are trying to get everyone.
Because I'm not into it, so I don't think about it, so I do. I'm the first one to get the hook in my mouth.
Yeah.
So
I thought a good one, and now that I'm saying it, I don't think I'll do it because everybody will know about it. But I thought a good one would be to create a fake Facebook posting for the nursery. And, for those of you that are listening,
everything free?
Mission Hills Nursery. Well, no, Mission Hills Nursery. We've been around in San Diego for over 100 years. We are, well-established nursery within the community.
Your dad looks good for his age.
Yeah, right?
100 years.
Yeah. Well, me too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But...
me too. I want to look good.
But I thought about a funny Facebook posting would be to post that... because everything in San Diego, because we're densifying,
right?
But they're putting in all these shops now, and a lot of the big thing is to put in a Target Express in the middle of like a small neighborhood.
Really?
And I was gonna make a fake Facebook post that said "New home of a Target Express."
You'd get a lot of angry people.
Oh, I would get so many angry people, right?
It wasn't funny.
Yeah,
we drove down there. We didn't even see anything.
I think it'd be great.
That's a great idea.
Facebook April Fools. There's gonna be a lot happening on Monday on social media,
especially because it's Monday too. You know, good way to start the week.
Nobody else wants to work on Monday.
John at GardenAmerica.com. Is that active, John?
No.
Not act. No, really. Now, come on, people. John at GardenAmerica.com. Questions, comments. If you're not watching on Facebook or Facebook,
why
if
would
you are watching.
Really want anyone to do that when all they have to do is go on to Facebook and post a question?
Yeah, some people aren't on Facebook. You'd think so. They don't use Facebook. Others love Facebook because they know that we answer questions rather quickly, and they can also interact with each other, and fellow gardeners can talk to each other.
You know what plant I planted for this spring?
Right,
I'm excited about
that.
What plant you planted when?
A loofah. I planted.
Oh, did you really?
I planted some loofah.
Did you ever plant them
Never.
before?
This will be my first time growing the loofah.
Kids will like that,
right?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Why would kids like that? Because it's
funny. It's
the way
different.
It looks.
Yeah.
Well, they look like cucumbers.
Okay.
They grow on a vine, and are you going to put them up a trellis or something like that?
I'm gonna put them on not up a trellis, but I have this area where I have this kind of like lattice work that's going to be on there.
And so you have these cucumbers that look like they're hanging, off this vine, but you pick them and then let them dry, and they're loofah sponges inside.
Are they real?
Wow.
Are they real light on the vine? Do you know? They're not. They're heavy, like a cucumber.
Heavy, right.
So they need some kind of a support then, right?
Well,
no, if you're on a vine, they would just hang off the vine.
Yeah, because I just imagine them being lighter, because obviously when they dry out, they're all hollowed and they're lightweight, but they're heavy like that, huh?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll keep you guys updated on how that's coming along, but I'm excited because all the seeds are sprouting for those ones, and so I've got to figure out how many I'm going to plant. I don't know how many. I mean, they've got to yield like a cucumber, so probably off of one plant. What do you think? 10, 12?
I don't know about that many, but you should easily get a half a dozen.
Okay. So maybe if I did like 2 plants, then I would get 10 or 12 of them.
Yeah.
We've got Rick from Lompoc, California on the phone at 855-424-9825. Rick, welcome to the show. How can we help you? What's going on this Saturday morning?
How you doing, guys? No, it's a beautiful spring day up here on the Central Coast.
Excellent.
I called about a year ago. I did a bare root apricot tree that I was kind of worried that it was February, March, and it wasn't starting to kick off. And you told me about the fish kelp fertilizer, and so I put some of that on there, and boom, it kicked off like within about a week.
Wow.
So we gave you a good suggestion, Rick, huh?
Yeah, hey, you guys got lucky.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, every now and then we'll hit one, you know?
Above me, so groundwater coming toward groundwater, especially with the winter.
Right.
But my apricot tree is all of a sudden just going crazy. I've got fruit starting to blossom right now. And I was wondering about this fish kelp. Would now be a good time to start doing it, once a week or whatever. And I have a plum tree that's actually got fruit on its first year.
Yeah, what you should do once the tree leaves out, you can start using the fish kelp mix if you want. And it really will help the tree because the tree has to use a lot of nutrients in order to form the fruit. And the fruit, if it has those nutrients available, will be much better and much tastier. The other thing to watch out for is that if it's growing as well as you say, you may get a lot more fruit than is really healthy for the tree. You can have branches break. But also, if you don't thin out the fruit, you're going to have smaller fruit. So I usually like to leave 2 fingers space at least between each fruit. So 2 to 3 finger space. And just flick off some of the smaller ones. Otherwise, you're not going to have really nice fruit. Everybody wants large fruit.
Well, the only
right?
drawback to the success is what you said, because the less or the more fruit you have, the smaller they'll be, right, John?
The smaller they'll be, and you take the risk of breaking branches too.
Does that make sense, Rick?
Yeah, and actually I've got a couple of big branches that took off early last year, and so I'm next to one of my retaining walls on the side of my property, and I cropped those to keep them from going over, which actually has brought some of the growth back towards the tree, and it's really starting to take off. But no, and with the double buds you get on an apricot tree, a lot of times, you thin those. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Don't thin the buds, though.
And
thin the fruit.
Yeah,
thin the fruit, not the buds, Rick.
Yeah, no,
okay.
They're actually starting they're actually starting to ball up as a fruit. So that makes more sense to me now to kind of, I'll let them go another couple of weeks, and then I'll have a better establishment. And I still have more buds that haven't even popped out yet now that the rain stopped. So
you did everything right, and then of course with all the rain, that just topped it off. The perfect storm in a very positive way as far as establishing your tree last year, feeding it like we suggested, and with the rain, and you're living in hog heaven there with that.
The only thing to do now is to put a little fruit stand at the end of your driveway.
Yeah,
make some extra money to buy fertilizer.
Well, I told the wife about it. I got to go get mason jars now because we're going to be doing apricot jam here pretty soon.
There you go. Hey, Rick, we've got to take a break. Do you have another question, or is that it?
No, sir. That was it.
Okay,
hey,
well,
talking to you guys.
Call us back. Let us know.
And I always listen to you on Saturday.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rick in Longpoint, California. You can do what Rick did. It's very easy. Want to chat with us at 855-424-9825. Also, John at gardenamerica.com. And, of course, we urge you to pose your questions, your comments right there on Facebook Live. It is break time as we approach 30 minutes after the hour.
Sometimes business owners and entrepreneurs don't follow a traditional schedule. Well, that's where Biz TV's Biz Club can work for you on your time. For only $5.95 a month, you can have over 200 hours of our fresh, original content on demand, anywhere, anytime. And with our search feature, you can quickly and easily find the topic or show you're looking for in seconds. Sign up today and see what you've been missing. Free for 7 days. Join the Biz Club. It's Biz TV. On your time.
Introducing Eargo, a breakthrough in hearing aid technology. They're small, comfortable, rechargeable, and everything you never expected a hearing aid to be. Eargos feature our patented Flexies, which suspend them inside the ear canal, making them virtually invisible. So unless you know someone who has X-ray vision, no one will know you're wearing them. And they're so comfortable, you might forget you're wearing them. But don't worry, they take offense. Eargos fit into your everyday life seamlessly, which means you won't miss a moment. And Eargos are rechargeable, so you can forget about replacing expensive batteries, because there's nothing more frustrating than those tiny hearing aid batteries. Except for unwanted background noise. But don't worry, our advanced noise reduction technology takes care of that. Simply put, Eargos are the best hearing aids on the planet.
Go online now at biztalkeargo.com. Special financing available. biztalkeargo.com. biztalkeargo.com.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit. Again, call 800-557-6095.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Americans are going crazy for a new Italian diet pill that burns 3 times more fat than dieting alone. And the next 100 callers get 3 bottles for free. Sold under the brand name Invigorate 3X. This powerful pill triggers metabolic acceleration, a process that's deficient in most Americans, making weight loss a hassle. But a new study shows 30 pounds gone in 90 days with just 2 capsules a day. Julie B. of Nashville says, I was skeptical, but when I saw a famous doctor made it, I decided to try it. I was shocked. I lost 16 pounds in 6 weeks. For a limited time, our listeners get 3 free bottles with a qualifying order. Call 1-800-932-1789 now to get started. Call in the next 10 minutes and also get a free bottle of the doctor's Ultra Detox. And don't forget your free 14-day diet fix. No obligation and 100% free when you call right now. 800-932-1789. 800-932-1789.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-915-8941.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
On this very pleasant Saturday, we should say good afternoon to our friends on the East Coast, where it's 35 minutes after the hour. Saturday afternoon here in San Diego, broadcasting from the iHeart Studios. Gorgeous day here in America's finest city. Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. John Bagnasco. 3 ways to reach us. The phone, 855-424-9825. John@gardenamerica.com. Streaming Biz Talk Radio, and, of course, Facebook Live.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff.
You know, you mentioned Monday being April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
And because we're shipping vegetables that day, if you don't get yours, April Fool's. No.
Yeah.
No, I left the order date of April 1st for anybody who happens to be in this area. I can't promise that if you order this weekend that I'll be able to get it out on Monday, but I'll really try.
That's all we can ask, that you try.
Yeah. So take a look at what we have. But if not, the next ship date's not till April 15th.
Okay, so go to gardenamerica.com. Right. And it's all right there. And, of course, for the podcast, make sure you download the iHeartRadio app or newsletter, people. Just click the link. You can subscribe to the newsletter. We can't mention this enough because we have a contest raffle coming up. I guess more of a raffle, right? Because you don't have to do anything to win. It's going to be a drawing.
Nope.
So if you sign up for the newsletter, you are in that drawing. Worth $500. It does include a veggie pod. Go to our Facebook page. You can see what the veggie pod looks like because Tiger is actively using it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So what do you think of that, John?
I'm still amazed because I didn't really know anything about this until today. And
we mentioned, I think, was it last week we talked about it or 2 weeks ago?
No, last week, and I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Well, you can't play. You're not eligible.
No, I know, but I just think that it's really cool.
Isn't that nice that we're going to do that?
Yeah.
And the raffle, do we have a date on the raffle, Tiger?
April 6th.
April
so
6th.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah. So get on the stick if you don't subscribe to the newsletter. Where'd that expression come from? Get on the stick? I don't know.
Truck driver?
Maybe. What do you look at
Pilot?
that? You know, when he's got that grin on his face, there's a lot of wheels are turning in there.
I was thinking of some other sayings that we have to talk about during the break. Not on air because we're talking gardening.
Yeah, we'd like to stay on the air.
You know, this is a good time of year to be planting all kinds of seeds, flower seeds along with, assuming you are in a warm part of the country, to plant vegetables and flower seeds. And something that I think I waited a little bit too long to plant was the ghost dianthus.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they're all coming up now, but I wasn't sure whether or not to start them in the little tiny pots for transplanting or to go right into the 2-inch the way we'd shift. And I went right into the 2-inch, and I think that maybe I should have started with smaller plants.
Mine are just sprouting now in that veggie pod because I planted them. What did I plant that veggie pod seed? 2.5 weeks ago?
About 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wait, you're talking about ghost.
Yeah.
Did I said ghost?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it wasn't ghost. It was dancing geisha.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Dancing geisha is the one I did. Ghost is the one that's
Similar.
readily available.
Yeah.
Or easier to find.
Yeah.
But the ghosts are really cool. I had mine planted out in the landscape for about 3 years, and you just cut them back, and
Really?
they all come right back up.
That's
After
awesome.
they're done blooming.
Yeah.
Really nice. One plant would probably have 50 to 100 blossoms on it when it was blooming.
We've got a phone caller. Let's go back to Lompoc, California. Lompoc. Ken is standing by. Ken, good morning. Welcome to Garden America. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, it's Tim with a T,
Oh,
and
okay,
it
thank you,
is
Kent.
Lompoc. And I have a nectarine tree. It appears to be doing very well. Blooms great, but then at the bottom of the blooms, every year now for several years, small holes appear. I don't know if they're from insects or birds, but then the fruit won't set.
So, you said on the bottom of the blooms?
Yeah, like where the bloom attaches to the stem, a small hole appears, and you can see inside where the guys go up for the.
Is that some kind of boring insect?
Well, there are quite a few little, critters that can do that. But now, do you get zero fruit production or just it decreases the amount?
Almost, I think I had 2 pieces of fruit last year on this huge tree that's about
Okay.
6 years old.
So yeah, that's almost like zero.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I don't know if the birds are pecking at it. The holes are very symmetric. They're very small. And I can see inside to where, the flower parts go down in. And I don't know if it just prevents them from setting fruit or what. But, yeah, I don't get any fruit off of it.
And have you used, like, what we tell you is in the wintertime or in the fall, we tell you to use the horticultural oil spray and those kinds of things to prevent bugs from coming in the spring. Have you done that in the past years or no?
I've done it some, probably not as systematically as I need. This year I've sprayed oil once and I've sprayed insecticide once just to try to.
In the fall, or was this during the growing season?
No, it's just once was kind of in winter.
Okay.
And then once now was just the start of spring. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not catching them early enough or.
Well, no, because here's my question is and here's why I'm asking those is because, it's very easy or it's very early for, a worm or, some of those other bugs. Now, it could be just the perfect time of year for some varieties of fly, which then would kind of, have their larvae inserted into a flower bud or something, and then it eats, and then it eventually flies away. So I kind of feel like that could be possibly going on. But the fact that you have almost zero fruit production on a substantially sized tree is amazing to me because, usually, you might get, a quarter loss or half loss at the max, but to have zero because of an issue like this is a severe problem. I would recommend, number one, starting off with, definitely annually horticultural oil spray, dormant oil sprays when the tree is dormant, the right time of year for that. So for you, it's probably, right around December into January. You want to make sure that that's always on your calendar to do. So that way when, this comes up next spring, you can catch it.
Does the rest of the tree look okay, Kent? I mean, besides that, does it look healthy?
Yeah, I get a little bit of leaf curl, but not bad. And I followed the instructions that said, like, cut off the main stem coming up. So I have kind of a bowl-shaped tree.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it trimmed pretty low, though. It only grows up to about 6-7 feet high. I don't want it growing real tall.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I get a lot of blossoms. It's just that they don't turn into fruit.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, so definitely start off with that. It's something else that, next season, I mean, in this season, are you having flowers, and are they starting to kind of set fruit currently, or what's your status right now on the tree?
The flowers are just coming out, and
okay.
I'm contemplating whether to throw bird netting over the whole thing to protect it, to see if that'll help.
Yeah, you risk, some of the inner flowers would be okay, and you are right, but there's a good chance that all your exterior flowers will get knocked off with the bird netting. So you got to be kind of cautious of that. Normally if it's a problem like that, you would see birds regularly on the tree or in the area. Do you see that happening?
Yeah, we actually feed birds, so we have a lot of birds in the area.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The thing that's kind of interesting is it appears to have a single hole per each flower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost always located in the same place. It's almost always the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't seem, I don't think birds are quite that systematic.
No, that doesn't sound
It's not really random. It's almost very symmetrical, like very evenly displaced, right?
Yeah. It sounds
right.
more to me like some kind of flying insect larva that is being kind of inserted into there, if that's the case. But then we think globally the picture, and like I say, usually that doesn't affect the whole tree for the whole year. That's very seasonal and for a very limited amount, unless you had a huge flying insect problem in your yard. But, then we kind of think back, okay, why else would you not get, fruit production, pollination, cold temperatures. And it sounds like all those things are okay and kind of checked off as well for you, right?
Right. Yeah. And as far as I know, I don't need like a male and female nectarine tree, right? I can just have my one tree, it self-pollinates.
Yeah, I think most nectarines are self-fertile, so I don't think I think you are right in that way. So, I think that, the one thing you got to watch out for is, kind of this flying insect, problem going on there. Maybe after the break, John might have another,
suggestion or two,
tidbit of info. So just hold on, and after this break, we'll get you a better answer.
Stick with us, Kent, and we'll come up with something for you, at least get you off on the right track. And for the rest of you, just like Kent, you can call us at 855-424-9825. Sometimes it's easier to explain things over the phone than on Facebook or some other email. We are Garden America, coming back.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Being a business owner or entrepreneur can feel lonely. Unless your friends have walked the same path, they just don't understand your passion. How many times have you been asked, when are you going to get a real job? And when you finally do make it big, all of a sudden the doubters tell you they always knew you would. Does this sound familiar? You see, at BizBod, we understand the road you're on because we're on the same path. That's why we created a club just for you. Meet other people on the same path you're on and get content that will help you grow your business, all for only $49.95 a year. And if you join today, you can get your first 30 days free with promo code RADIO. This is a limited time offer, so try it for free, and who knows, you might be able to help other members. Simply go to bizbod.com and enter promo code RADIO.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039 and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT support. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
This message is sponsored by AmeriGlide, featuring the nation's best prices on a home stair lift. Are you having a difficult time getting around your home? Do you avoid going up and down the stairs? Have you even considered moving from your lifelong home just to avoid the stairs? Forget about moving and call AmeriGlide and learn how an easy-to-install stair lift is the perfect solution to help you get your freedom back. Plus, we guarantee the nation's best prices. Make this free call today to learn more. No sales visits are necessary. We can help you over the phone. Now you can stay in the home you've been in for decades. Please do yourself or your loved one a favor. Make this simple 2-minute call right now. Get the lowest price on a stair lift anywhere. Here's the number: 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. That's 800-886-7342.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back at 51 minutes after the hour. Don't forget, following this show, we're going to be doing a Facebook Live podcast. The podcast will be all about tomatoes.
Yeah, but
tomatoes.
We are talking nectarines right now.
Right now, nectarines, and we got to get back to Kent's situation.
Yeah, and so, my theory is that if possibly some kind of fly larvae, but I'm stretching there because for all of the fruit, for all of the tree to be affected by that is usually very rare. And you usually see more damage on that tree than just that.
Because he says it looks good otherwise, John.
Well, I was just wondering, Kent, did you buy the tree as a grafted tree or did you plant it from a seed?
It's a grafted tree.
Okay. And do you know the variety offhand?
No, I don't. But one thing that's interesting is right near it is an apple tree, and it does not show any of these problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is.
It just seems to be the nectarine tree.
weird.
And do these flies come in early? Like, do they come in, like, say, in the fall, lay their eggs, and then they don't show up until the spring? Is that how they work?
Well, that's why you use horticultural oils on these trees, is because all those eggs, all those diseases that we're trying to prevent for the spring are on your tree at that point in time. And that's why we tell you to coat your tree when it's dormant with these sprays. So that way in the spring, when these flies, when these eggs, when these diseases begin to come out, it's controlled at that point in time.
But
See, if you were to spray it now,
yeah.
you're too late.
Yeah, it suffocates them,
Would this-
so they
Yeah.
never develop.
This would be the time of the year, though, that he'd start noticing this?
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
when the things start
Sure,
hatching. That's
sure.
when the disease start coming out. So, you know, there is a disease called shot hole fungus, but I don't think it's that, because that just simply deforms a lot of the tree and a lot of the fruit. You know, so if you were to search it and you find that, you might think, oh, that's it. But I don't think it's that, Kent. You know, but I also think you need to evaluate something else, because the fact that this is happening to every bud, it could be something, you know, that's, you know, a tendency of that plant. You know, maybe there's another reason why it's not, you know, pollinating, not setting fruit. You know, so, but, you know, yeah, sorry, I don't have a better answer for you, but definitely I would in the future recommend horticultural oil and your horticultural fungicides in the wintertime to hopefully prevent this from happening next spring.
And you might also, if you can get hold of the agricultural extension service in your area.
Take a picture and show it to them, or maybe an
Well,
example?
no, give them a call and just tell them what's happening. It could be something that-
Indigenous to that area.
It's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Or at least
Yeah, and who would I contact for that?
it's the cooperative extension service for your area.
Yeah, the Central Coast has one that covers San Luis
Agricultural,
Obispo,
right.
Lompoc, Santa Barbara, stuff like that. So
Okay. Well, I will try that and see if it helps.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thoughts. And
Yeah, if you
I'll
do
get
find
over
out
the
anything,
phone.
let us know.
Yeah, we
Let
would
us
love
know,
to find
Kent.
out.
Get back to us if you do find out something, okay? Thank you, buddy. Take care. All right.
Bye now.
Take care. So that is Kent, and we really didn't have it's so unusual. I mean, you know, unless
yeah. And like I was kind of hinting at too, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, some people see, like, for instance, you know, caterpillars, worms, okay, black dots all over the foliage. People instantly jump to assume that's a bug, and they've got all these black dot buds go over. They don't. Meanwhile, it's the poop from the caterpillar that they don't see on the plant. So they come into a garden center and they want to treat for a black dot bug. So, you know, they get neem oil or some kind of aphid treatment, but they don't solve the problem, because what they're actually trying to treat is a caterpillar.
Right.
And so, you know, with Kent, not to say that this little hole in the flower isn't causing the problem, but it could be something else to why it's not setting fruit, you know, as far as the, you know, production wise, which, you know, why a nectarine doesn't set fruit. You know, John can go over a list of, you know, 500 things to why a nectarine wouldn't set fruit. But
Well, he made it sound like the hole was in the peduncle, which is the little stem that attaches the flower to the tree, and that's what's falling off. So
yeah,
it seems like something's boring in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick put on Facebook that he was going to be using the lasagna.
Yeah, the method we've been talking about.
Lasagna.
But he had a question, and he wanted to know what we thought of red plastic mulch. And
Ugh.
that's something that's really big up in the Pacific Northwest because of the cooler climate.
Which is where he is, by
Right.
the way.
So I think it would probably be really good to use up there. Down here, we don't use it. We don't really need more heat. But
So that's a yes, Rick.
yeah, I would say up there, I've heard a lot of good reports from people using it.
This moment of silence brought to us by Fertilome.
I don't know.
I thought he was going to finish up the question, because there was more, right? Wasn't there, to his question?
No, that was it. We covered
Okay,
it. I think.
I only read the beginning.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
you're being polite.
I thought he
I clicked on
expanded.
the see more, and that was the rest of his question.
my computer was not charging, and it just threw me off. It's like, here we go again. Why is it not charging?
You dropped a ton of money on that laptop too. I don't know what's going on there.
Are you going to grow anything for spring, Brian?
What am I growing right now? Right now, I'm going to.
Are you going to plant anything for spring? You
No,
know, that all you're doing is growing it for spring.
I'm maintaining right now. Everything is
maintaining.
I'm maintaining. Hopefully the original hibiscus will come back. I scratched off a layer and it's green underneath. I guess that's what the cambium layer you would call that. So I'm going to try to bring that back, and of course the hibiscus that John gave me. I want to make sure
no
that's
cilantro. No cilantro this season.
No, probably not. It was so easy in the veggie pod.
It's easy in the pots too.
Yeah, it is. It's true. You know
you're
what?
on a
Maybe I
patio.
should. You know what? I should because
No basil.
Really enjoyed both the basil, the cilantro. Have you tasted your cilantro yet?
Not yet. It's not ready yet.
Wow.
It's in the picture. You can see it. It's still only about 1.5 inches tall.
All right, we are getting toward the end of the show. Believe it or not, wrapping things up. John, any last words on this Love You Man Saturday?
I already closed down my computer.
He's over
He's
it.
closed and ready to go for the podcast.
Yeah.
It ran out. The battery ran down.
That's a shame. So we've got a podcast following the show. We're going to do Facebook Live on that podcast talking about tomatoes.
How's your paintbrush lily doing?
Mine's excellent.
Outstanding. It's got.
I saw it had a little baby down at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Is that normal?
Is it normal? There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that. That was a little surprise. That was like finding a little Easter egg that you didn't know
that's
existed.
exciting.
Probably the same as yours, Tiger, right?
Yeah, I planted mine though. Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in to the last couple of hours here, Garden America, on this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending upon where you are across the country. I want to thank all the guys, Jeremiah, the rest of them back at the network, Biz Talk Radio, keeping us on the air, doing a great job. Thank you so much. And, of course, for Tiger, John, myself, Bryan Main, have yourself a great rest of your weekend, a great week, and stay tuned for a podcast coming up in the next very few minutes. Get growing, America. Take care.
Listen.